Here we go. It's Wednesday at 3 o'clock. We go live every Wednesday. Guys, I'm Randy at Blue Ridge Winery, and the mission is to add value to your life. Oh my gosh, guys. This is going to be a lot of fun, a lot of fun. And if you haven't listened to this past week's podcast, Dr. Heather Fiedler is on there, and it's amazing. Take a listen. Download it. Mary, I see you. We're live. I see you guys. Man, you're gonna enjoy this. This is a classic Randy talk. It gets a little bit clinical in a weird way. So I gotta tell you, I have no degrees in this stuff. I just talk based upon life's experience. Mary, hi Mary, I see you. I love that. Good to see you. Gene, I see you out there. So here we go. So here's the question of the day. How is it that everybody lives in the same physical world, but yet we all see the world so differently? Betty, I see you. Betty Gambucci. Oh, yeah, Gary. You ever notice that? We all live in the same world, but yet people perceive the world differently. What is that all about? So we're going to try to tackle that today, right? Yo, Ken. I see you, Ken. I see you, dude. So some people live in a positive, upbeat, hopeful world, while others, they live in this world full of anxiety, full of fear. You know, it's just a different world for them. So what is that all about? This talk is about how we perceive the world. You with me? Rose, I see you. Tommy, yo, I see you, Tommy. Yo, bud. Steven, I see you, Steven. We're doing your festival, Steven. We're going to make it happen. It's going to rock. Melissa, I see you. Right? So when you think about it, the way you perceive the world, you know what it's based upon? It's your past experiences. It's what you live through. It's what you got going on. It's what you fed your mind or things you lived through, right? This is how we perceive the world based upon the past. It's how I see the present, right? I'm going to build an argument around this. Something happens in our life, and our mind goes, wow, let me search for something similar that happened like this to make sense of it. Am I making sense? Our minds are constantly trying to make sense of the world around us, period. That's what it does. It's there to do that, right? This causes us to have emotions and feelings. It's in that split moment that our minds will interpret something as positive or something as negative. It's either good or bad, it's hopeful or it's dreadful, right? You with me on this? Brenda! Oh, I love you, Brenda. Oh my God. This happens to trigger emotions. And remember, there is a difference between feelings and emotions. Big difference. A lot of people confuse those two. Emotions are physical things that happen to your body. In other words, like you get sweaty palms, you get goosebumps, you get chills. Those are emotions. Feelings is your awareness of the emotions. Right? So we got the difference? Thank you. I love that. I love the undergrad experience. Work hard at it. Steve, I see you, man. So much of this stuff is by a researcher named Lisa Barrett. I came across Lisa Barrett's stuff earlier this past week, and I started reading her stuff, and I thought, I'm going to put together a talk around this. It's really good stuff. She gives this great example of your mind trying to make sense of things, and it's trying to pull things from the past, but there's nothing to pull from. Should I show you? Watch this, watch this. So this is an example of your mind trying to pull something from the past that it has nothing to go off of. Can you see it? So what is that? Can you make it out? Right? What is it? Can you tell? Our minds are trying to figure out, what is this thing? But there's nothing to go off of. No one can figure it out, right? Your mind's going, all right, what do I look at the black or the white? What's going on? But the moment I would give your mind new information, your mind will instantly make sense of it. Are you ready? We go from this, and guess what it is? Ta-da! Your mind instantly sees the snake now. Why? We put new information in there. This is the nature of life. This is her whole argument of what she talks about. It was such good stuff. Changed my life. I love it. Summer! Summer. I've known Summer. Summer, we used to work at Star Medical with me. Summer, I love you. Oh my God. How many referrals did we process, right? Man, those patients we would serve at like midnight, 1 a.m. Love you, Summer. Oh my God. Good stuff. We got to work together again one day, Summer. So there's the picture, right? So are emotions things that just happen to us, or do we create them? According to the researcher Lisa Barrett, she says we create them. And I agree with her. It's great stuff. Emotions that seem to just happen to you, you actually create that. You actually make that. You create the emotion based upon past experiences of your mind thinking of what's to come. You with me on this? Lisa Barrett is very convincing that emotions are actually predictions of what's going to happen to you. It's your body predicting it, getting your body ready, right? Because your heart starts racing, you're getting ready for something, right? Yo, Andrew, I see you. Elizabeth, I see you. So emotions are the result of your mind making sense of the world around you and preparing your body for what's to come or what it thinks is going to come, right? Here's the amazing part of all this stuff. We are in complete control of our emotions. 100%. 100%. We are the architect of our life's experiences. We create it, right? You've heard me say all the time, I always say the prerequisite for happiness is personal accountability. Because if you're not responsible for you, who is, right? So who's responsible for Randy's happiness? I am, right? It's just the way it works. We can control, and we are responsible for how we experience and interpret the world around us. And this picture proves it, doesn't it? I believe that this is why my mom used to say to me, Randy, no matter what happens to you, always say these words, this is good, this is good, this is good. No matter what it is, say this is good, always. Because even if it's something that's hard and challenging, at least you're building character. Good one, Mom. But it's really uncomfortable. But build character. The truth is, the harder life is in the past, the better you can be in the future. The world needs balance, right? The way it works. The fact is this, if you can't change your situation in life, guess what the only thing you can do is change yourself. Change your perception. Change the way you're seeing the world. New data in, new thoughts. It's the way things work, right? Just like that great picture. Do you know how fast you speak to yourself? Well, how fast do people speak? 150 words a minute. I tend to talk around 200 words a minute, but most people talk around 150 words a minute, right? Guess how fast you talk to yourself? 1,500 words a minute. Yo, Sharon, I see you. Sharon, good to see you, Sharon. 1,500 words a minute. That's the speed that we're constantly talking to ourselves. And we're engaged in this judging and prejudging everything that's happened to you. And some people judge it and prejudge it in a positive light, and others do it in a negative light. This is the internal dialogue that separates the optimist from the pessimist. It's the side stories. It's the stories we're telling ourselves about our situation. But do you have all the information? The answer is no. We never do. You never have it all. Never, right? How much perceived control do you really have over your life? God, I've talked to people, they say, I feel stuck. I feel paralyzed. I feel like I'm trapped, Randy. People say that to me. They say, I just can't move in the direction that I want to go in. I feel stuck. According to Dr. Lisa Barrett, she says, people in the state need to reinterpret the world in a positive light. They need to start seeing the good, the clean, the pure, the positive. Just reinterpret it. That's all. It's all it is. We're all this. According to Lisa Barrett, God, she says you need to interpret your life where all things are possible. People say it to me. They go, Randy, anything's possible. I always say yes. We should use that to our advantage. Yo, Paula, it was so good to see you yesterday, Paula. Man, Steve, I see you, man. Anything's possible. Use it to your advantage. I always tell people this, if you can think it, you can write it down. If you wrote it down, you just set a goal. If you can set a goal, you can achieve a goal. That is how we should live our life. When we live like that, you will have endless energy every single day of your life. It's just the way things work. My mom would say, Randy, get on and stay on the Do It Now program. The Do It Now program. Because when you do it now, you're constantly moving. And movement brings energy, right? When we do it now, you're going to do it poorly at first. That's the way it works. But after you do it poorly, then you can do it with experience. Once you do it with experience, then you can do it with excellence. But it all starts with do it now. Do it poorly. Take a jump. Who cares what people think? Do it. Anything worth doing is worth doing poorly at first. That's a fact, right? Connie, I see you, Kimmy. There's people out there that they aim for perfection, but they never take a step because they're just too scared to mess up. Man. The rule of life is this. If you want to double your rate of success in life, you must double your rate of failure. That's just the way things work, right? Take a step, jump. Michelle, I see you, right? But understand this, the choice is always ours. We always have the choice to make the move in our life, to think for the positive, to say the words, this is good, no matter how bad it looks. This is good. I don't understand why it's good, but this is good. And I can tell you a lot of things in my life, I've lived through some challenging things. Looking back, it was all good. It was all good. Because the challenge in front of you is trying to turn you into the person that you need to become to take on the next big challenge. They never go away. That's the nature of life. Just like you would never, ever, ever give bad advice to a friend, don't ever give bad advice to yourself. Don't ever say to yourself, I can't do it. I'm no good. Why am I trying this? You would never allow someone to say that to you, so why would we say it to ourselves? I've heard people say, God, I'm so stupid. I always want to say, are you really? Are you really? But they don't realize that they're killing their chances, because the words you speak brings life to the world around you. And whose opinion of you matters the most? Your own. 1,500 words a minute we're talking to ourselves, right? Rhonda, I see you. Chris, I see you. God, I think the whole key is to become very aware that you may not have a past experience to create the right emotions for what's happening to you today. You may not have it. Just like that image of the snake. There was nothing to play on, and no one could make out what it was. But the moment I showed you new information, boom, your mind connected it. This is the nature of life. And if you're not assuming the very best, I tell my wife, I tell my kids, guys, the whole key is to assume the very best. Assume the best of yourself. Assume the best of everyone you're working with. Because when you assume the best, you're setting yourself up for success in this life. And you're staying out of contempt. You're going to get the best. We can only see what we look at in this world. So we look to the best, we get the best. Right? Assume the best of everyone around you. And if you're not doing that, that is the biggest opportunity you will ever have. Because if you're someone that's not assuming the best of everyone around you, by doing that one little change of your thought process, you can increase the joy and the percentage of the value of your life by hundreds of percents. Just by making that one change of saying, I'm going to assume the best of everyone around me all the time. Just like that, everything changes. Sharon, I love that. I'll read that thing. I wrote it down. Man, the best thing is this. This choice is always ours to make every moment of our life. This is the difference between people with energy and enthusiasm and hope versus people with not so much. With people that feel like they have the life drained out of them. It's the side stories we're telling ourselves about what's happening to us. Are you someone with good luck, or are you someone with not so much good luck? I can tell you throughout my life, people always say to me, they go, man, if you fell in a sewer, you'd come up with a $100 bill. And I go, probably. But guess what? Everyone's the same in the end. What's the difference is, how are you thinking? Are we thinking positive, hopeful thoughts, or are we not? And are we interpreting the world as something that is just full of opportunities, or is it full of problems? This is the difference. Every single thing that happens to us say, this is good, this is good. Everything changes. And remember this, emotions is your mind making a guess. It's making a guess of the future, of what's going to be happening to you based upon the past. And it's just a guess. So sometimes when I'm feeling like the blood is drained out of me and I'm floored and this big challenge has come up against me, I always say to myself, that's not real. And this is good. Because this is the biggest opportunity that's been given me today. Because buried in every single challenge is an opportunity. It's the opportunity that's buried right inside that thing called a problem. All you got to do is peel it away and the opportunity is right there. Guys, I love y'all. I hope today added value to your life because it added value to my life researching it. I'm grateful for you all. You've made things so wonderful at Blue Ridge. Guys, this year will be the year of Blue Ridge. People are going to say, how awesome was it? People are going to go, it was Blue Ridge awesome. It was that good. Oh my God, guys. We're going big with music. We're going big with events. We're going big with everything. I love the hearts. I love the smiley faces. Thanks for making me so happy, guys. You add value to my life every day. I love y'all. Thanks so much. Donald, see you, dude. Thanks, guys. I love you. See y'all soon. Bye, guys.